Hello Scriptcase enthusiasts, and welcome back to Macro Day here on Scriptcase by Jamie. Well, today we are exploring a very practical macro, and that is SC Get Wizard Step. Now this macro is, I would like to say, invaluable when you're using form applications configured as a step form within Scriptcase. So that would be the step/multiple steps or wizard form even. No matter what you want to call it, it's all the same. Now, this macro helps you determine the current step of the form, allowing for specific validations or actions based on the step that the user is on. Now let's delve into how you can effectively use this within your multi-step forms. Okay, so the purpose of this macro is to determine or figure out, find out really, what the current step is within a step-by-step or wizard form application. Now you can use it within the validation event. And you see here I have a form multi-step, and this is from the examples or samples project within Scriptcase that I am using for this demo now. And here we have the onValidate event. So if I come in here and I can create an if statement, and for that if statement I can, well, I need to call the macro. So I'll call SC get, and that's then wizard underscore step, and that is then our macro that we are calling. And I'm going to say then on step 1. So if we are now at step 1 of our wizard or multi-step form, then we do this, whatever it is we want to do. Of course, we can add extra steps there if we wanted to, else if step 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever you like. Okay, and it's very easy to do. So then in here, for instance, we can validate a field. So here, for instance, if I say if, we're going to say if a specific field is empty, and then what we want to do then is maybe use the SC error message macro. And with that, then we can display a nice message, my error, right here. Just like that, we then display an error message if, say for instance, our contact field, where do we have a contact field here? So we have a contact name. So let's say contact name. If contact name is empty, so we want to say empty, then, then we're going to display an error message. Okay, and it's really as simple as that. And if I go ahead and run that application now, and now here on our first step, I can go next, and it's going to say my error, and the customer ID needs to be filled in as well, but that's here. That is a mandatory field within the form. And you see here the contact name, for instance, is not a mandatory form, but it is required now here for our step process. And we can say the same for our email field, for instance. So if I add that again, and then here we have then, which is here our fax field, we can see here that the email has been applied here, and that has just been switched around. So don't get confused there like I just did, and go ahead and apply that then. And here we say, enter the email address. And just like that. And yes, don't get confused with the email field now being the fax field. So if I just adjust that then quickly, we can go ahead and run this application now. And now within our form, if I add the ID here so that we have the ID as defined. And if I go next, we then have my error, which is then for the contact name, and enter the email address for the email address. Now, if I write my name in here, and also my email address, santa@clause.com. And if I go ahead and go next now, then I am able to continue with the form. And of course, removing the email address, well, then I am forced to add it, as well as removing the contact name. Again, I am also required to add that. And only then are you able to continue to the next step within this step-by-step wizard form. Now, the step-by-step validation uses a switch case structure to validate different fields based on the form's current step. And it does ensure that each part of the form is correctly filled in before allowing the user to continue or go next. And it does provide very specific validations or actions. Now, there are various practical use cases. Very sure that you can figure all of those out with your own wizard form or step-by-step form. Now, if you found this tutorial helpful, then please like the video, subscribe, or share it even. For more Scriptcase tips, drop a comment below if you have any questions, or let me know how you have implemented this feature within your project. And of course, stay tuned for some more insights when we apply this within various projects. So thanks very much for watching, and until the next macro day.